What's up everyone? My name's Brendan O'Shaughnessy with Ocean and Sea, and in this video, I'm gonna get into baseball, sailboats, and dreams come true. With September coming to a close, there are a lot of things to look back on and be proud of. First and foremost, Ocean and Sea turned 11. We celebrated that on September 18th when we formed our initial business, September 18th of 2013. And so just super incredible that we're still around. Honestly, every year is a dream for me because I've put a lot into this behind the scenes and glad to still be here thanks to the support of all of our customers and clients. In addition to that, the Kansas City Royals actually got into the playoffs. So we're going to have a Blue October here in Kansas City. We're all super excited. And to be honest, that's kind of getting me nostalgic about years past, specifically in 2015 when the Kansas City Royals won their first World Series here in Kansas City since 1985. And I can just remember back at those times in Kansas City, specifically the formation of the city. It was a really pivotal moment here in Kansas City if you were living here at the time, where in a lot of ways Kansas City grew up. And we specifically were just really excited and honored to be a part of that transition here in Kansas City. The LAKC New York design, displayed above me was a big part of sort of that movement of Kansas City pride locally. And it's always going to be something that we're just super excited to just have been a part of that season of Kansas City growing up. And lastly, there is some news that unfortunately is pretty sad. We got to address the sailboat in the room. You can see to my right and left here that you'll notice that there are sailboat remains from our Sailboat Pop-Up Shop that we built in 2015. Sometimes you just have to say goodbye, and it was a combination of storage fees just being too expensive. Don't even want to add up how much we've spent over the years just storing that sailboat in just various kind of places and all the expenses that came with that. But it just was, something we weren't really using. And so based on all of those factors, it was time to move on. And so September here actually is coming up on 1 year that we actually disassembled that. And so it's super sad to see that season coming to an end. But at the same time, we're so thankful for everyone that contributed to that Kickstarter to make that happen. It was such a special moment in our business history. And we're always going to be so indebted to anyone that made that possible back in 2015. The root passion of my reasonings for starting Ocean and Sea has always been to live out my dreams. And then as a result of hopefully being able to do that successfully, which I feel like at this point we can say it has been successful in a lot of ways, but there's still a lot, more that I want to take this and to do. But it's a proof of concept to then show the world that you can do crazy, ridiculous ideas, whether it is building a sailboat pop-up shop, whether it's starting your own business, whether it is you just sort of going for a dream that you always thought was silly in the back of your mind. Once in a while, you just have to wake up and realize that our days are numbered, and there's not a better time to start the pursuit of your dream than today. And so with us kind of having that chapter of the sailboat coming to a close, I just want to encourage everyone to realize their own dreams. As silly and as small as some of these things may be, you don't want regrets later in life thinking, what if? And so just wanted to encourage everyone that might be kind of sitting on a concept or an idea that just needs that extra sort of push to realize that this is your sign. Go for it. You can do it. And, with the creative project that we initially started to start Ocean and Sea, it was just 1 hour a day, right? 2 hours a day. And those hours add up to an enormous amount of time at the end of the year. So what you really have to do is you got to focus on the very small components and try not to think of the big picture, because that's like totally overwhelming when you have to think about, this is going to have to take 10,000 hours or whatever ridiculous scope your idea may be. So focus on the tiny, tiny slices, focus on the day-to-day, and just put 1 hour into that concept and that business plan. Do it on the side. I always recommend people kind of keeping a stable full-time job whenever you are trying to start your own concept or your own business, because that gives your stability. And then from that, you can do sort of that launch pad to whatever's next. So keep dreaming again, and we've got your back. And with all this recent talk of sports, we did actually release 2 new colorways of the LAKC New York t-shirt that we're super excited about to celebrate all of the amazing sports that we have going on in Kansas City. If you haven't heard, Kansas City's really good at sports. And if you're a Kansas Cityan, you know that we love our sports. So if you want to pick up these new colorways, head on to our website at shop.oceanandsea.com to pick them up today. Hey, buddy. Oh, and how can I forget, last but not least, to the Second Life Studios employee who drew the massive, beautiful picture inside of our sailboat. Thank you. We got a big chuckle out of that, and we'll always remember Second Life Studios for that picture.